are live. Hi chat, welcome to the stream. We're here, we're live. We are trying to get started here. We got some input and output struggles that we were trying to resolve, but I think we're good now. I think we solved the problems we were having. Like I said, we were having some input and output problems. Guys got a good view, got the pedal cam, we're good, we can turn the light off, we're nice and cozy. We'll turn on our wheel, we'll set our audio here, and let's get ready to rumble. Not really, but you know what I mean. We got some audio going, start our car. We're at Mid-Ohio, I don't know what course configuration it is. I hope we get a little bit of practice at least to try to remember what the course configuration is, because I haven't run this track in a while. We haven't raced in a while, so it's going to be interesting to see how this goes.
Car right. Clear. You've got wheel damage. You've got wheel damage. We got damage on the front end. Reduced aero might slow you down on the straight.
Okay, let's just slide up. Okay, I remember the setup. I'm not gonna be quick on it, but I remember the setup.
5, 7, 6. You cut the cord, you've got to slow down and give up that time.
Okay, I remember this layout. It's the NASCAR layout. We're fine. We're good here. The NASCAR layout. I think we're okay here. Height-wise, we're okay in the car. Get our relative up. Let's get going. Let's see how this goes, chat. Like I said, we Are we not registered for the race? We should be registered for the race. I think we're registered for the race, chat. Be able to our race. Yeah. All right, we're already moving to our race. Perfect. Perfect. Good. All right, we're doing our thing, chat. We haven't done a race in a while, so the goal here is a safety rating. Want to be safe. We want to be fast, but mostly safe. The goal, like I said, is mostly safe. So we'll see what happens. See what happens, chat. My hair is a mess, but that's okay. We're kind of, gonna survive and do our thing. We're not planning to be fast. We just want to have a clean race at Mid-Ohio. We may do some Nordschleife if we have the opportunity to Nordschleife. Gotta be careful on cold tires. Okay, that felt okay, chat. That felt okay. I felt okay. Alright, chat.
Green, green, green. Okay, here comes your first time lap.
Alright, here we go, chat. Oh, come on. I did not like that. I did not like that, chat. I don't know why I didn't like that, but I did not like that, chat. come on. Oh, that's not good, chat.
There's the flag. It's over.
Okay, chat, that's it for us. We're done. We're doing a set of clean lap. We're slow as dirt. Oh, we can set ABS and throttle. Alright, chat. I don't know, Good.
One to go. Next time by. Line up on the left side. The estimated strength of field is 1,068. Closed. Pit road closed. It's competitive out there. Head down. Stay sharp.
Yeah, we can't touch our throttle map.
Five cars left to grid.
Can't touch our ABS either. Yep, none of it's adjustable, so it's fine.
No damage. Car looks clean.
Alright, chat, here we go, chat. First race of the night. We are hoping that it goes okay. We really don't know how it's gonna go. But like I said, we're hoping that it goes okay. We'll see.
Waiting on 2 cars to grid. Catch stop 8 car. Catch stop 10 car. Catch stop 10 car. Catch stop 10 car. Catch stop 10 car.
Okay. I think they're both freezing at about the same time, which is what we want. Our brake bias, I think, was definitely too far aft, so I think we should be better here. This should make us a little bit more stable under braking. We felt a little unstable. I think in general this person likes
There's an incident ahead.
our stuff to be a little bit too... I love the Mountain Dew car.
Get ready, going green. The car is in. Green flag, green flag. Car on your left. Clear on the left. There's an incident ahead. .191.
We're okay, chat. We're alive.
23.68.
We can carry a lot more speed through there, I think. But I'm just not. I'm scared. We want a delay turn in here. We're turning in way too early there. We're faster than this guy in front of us. I'm just not confident on turning there. I don't know where I would pass here, so. We gained some speed there, but we were pushing a little too hard. It was a little too out of control.
That was your fastest lap of the session. The car in P5 just set the fastest lap, 21.97. An incident ahead, you got a slow car on the right. Right side. Clear on the right. You're in fifth. The car in P9 just set the fastest lap, 21.914.
Alright, chat. We're doing okay. Oh, no. The car in front has gone off. .844. You're in fourth position. The car behind is closing on you. We're doing so well, chat.
1.7 seconds.
We're doing so well, chat.
sector 22.126. Car on your left. Keep to the right. Stay on the right. Clear on the left. Car right. Stay on the left. Clear on the right. Car right. Clear. The car in P1 just set the fastest lap, 21.584. Right side, clear on right, 10 minutes to go. We are where we expected to be. 24.78.
Alright, chat. We're doing better now. Now that we don't have that pressure on us. .951. The car behind is closing on you. The gap Come on, man.
7.6 seconds. .198. The car in P7 just set the fastest lap, 21.316. 8.
Come on, man! I hate this track. Honestly. I don't know what it is about that bump, but something about that bump just...
Five minutes to go. Car stop on the left. Go right. You're gaining on the car in front. Gap is 1.2 seconds.
I'm gonna run the Nordschleife up. I need to get my sports car rating up.
The leader just did a 22.859. .242. You've just set your fastest lap of the session.
We're not that far off, chat. We just too many mistakes. But .157.
got the white flag. That means one more lap to go. 22.719. That was your fastest lap of the session.
See how it goes, chat. Let's see how it goes. Come on! Threw it away in the last lap. Jesus fucking Christ, chat. Waste. What a waste. That was not good for our sports car license.
Checkered flag, checkered flag. Nice run, solid work.
That was terrible, chat. That's one of the worst races I've had in a long time, chat. Long time. GG's, everyone. Worst race. Okay, well, we got that out of the race. Ringmeister. Wow. Wow. Gotta do some. Definitely not doing spa, that's for sure. This. What? Testing, testing. Alright, chat. We're gonna try and do Ringmeister and see what happens. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's having a good day. I mean, our race is... That's one of the worst races we've had in a while. Yeah, I don't even know what to say about how bad that was. That was something else. We gotta keep an eye on the clock. So we need to get out with like 10 minutes, with like 5 minutes ago, so we can register for the race. What this registered for? I don't know if this session is about to end. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I really don't care if I qualify or not, because I'm doing this for safety rating, so. I'm tempted to buy the Corvette for the GT3 challenge, but I don't know what time the server launch time it is. It's supposed to start at 9:35, so I'm surprised I can't join ahead of schedule, but we're gonna do one lap and we're gonna call it a day. Because it's gonna take, if we have a full warm-up lap, it's gonna take too long to qualify. It'll be about eight and a half minutes, so 8, 16, 24. We might just be able to get 3 laps in. But I doubt it because of load times. I doubt it because of load times. Load times, I don't know if we'll be able to get in. I'm hoping we can. Kind of all over the. We can't qualify for something. I don't know what's going on with this. There we go. Okay. Finally. That took long enough. Yeah, we're gonna, if we don't have a full lap, perfect. If we have a full lap, I think, I don't think we do a full session. It's just, the nature of things. I just don't think we have the times. Yeah, like this load screen is throwing me off. I feel like something changed, chat. I don't know what's going on, but it feels like something different. I don't know what it is. That for now. I'll do that for now. Yeah, I really don't know what's different. Something's up, something's different, something's weird. We're trying to figure it out. We don't know what's going on, but it's a little bit late to be doing some races. We're gonna do some races, then I want to get my safety rating above 2, so I'm not worried about the motion. The Nordschleife should do that for us as long as we can stay out of trouble, and honestly, in the GT4, it should be pretty easy to stay out of trouble. We'll see. For my audio. Yep, everything's good. Alright, we got 17 minutes in a second.
Green, green, green. Okay, here comes your time.
The steering feels a little dead. And I don't know if it's because we have cold tires or if it's just the steering feels dead. We're definitely not clipping, but my eyes are not in the right place right now, which is a problem, but we're getting there. There you go. I don't know if this is an open setup, chat. I don't think it is, because we wouldn't be able to change our steering, right? Hey Casanova, how are you? How's your night going? It's going okay. Our last race was a shit show, so... And this car feels a little... It felt dead. Now it feels more lively than I prefer, but the steering still feels kind of dead. And I'm not sure if it's tire pressures or what it is. I'm glad you're doing great. Yeah, we speed ran a lot of the ARC project. We're pretty close to done with it, which was surprising. We're on the last portion of it because we were hoarding a lot of things, which is kind of nice. Work was crazy today. I did almost a 12-hour day today, and that might be part of why the car feels so lively and crazy. Is because maybe I'm struggling to focus because my mind is just gone. But we need to work out because we ate too much candy. Because I was emotionally eating, which is not good. We're not having surgery tomorrow. Unfortunately, insurance came back and requested other things and denied my coverage when they were trying to do the final authorization. So that's on hold. That'll probably happen sometime later next year. I don't know yet. But I need to make sure I don't, after I finish this lap in the next one, that we don't pass 1050. Oh, that was flat out. Damn it, that's a mistake. It's gonna cost us like 2 seconds. This is where you had to hit the brakes. It's been a while since I drove the Nordschleife and I confused those corners. The car is starting to feel a little bit better, but it's still a little crazy. I'll read your message probably here as we come up to the last straight because this is a high-speed section. We'll see. Got the jump. Okay, good. We didn't get an off track. That cost us a lot of time, but we didn't get an off track. Tried to carry a little bit too much speed through there. Just stayed in third gear for that. Oh my god, that's fucking amazing! Holy shit! I mean, it's a lot of responsibility, but that's amazing depending on how big the company is. That's freaking awesome, dude. I'm really happy for you. I'm really excited for you. That is freaking amazing. Let's freaking go. Holy cow. How are you feeling about that? That's... I want to give you a round of applause, but I'm scared to take my hands off the wheels because I'm scared it might shake itself to death, but... yeah, do that. Do the wiggle. Congrats. Oh, I didn't get the lap in. Did it not let me join?
There's the flag. It's over.
Did I not get a time in? How did I get a time in? 7:30. Alright, that works. Got a time in. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Oh, congrats. Did his son have an interest in doing it though, right? Like... That's the question, right? I don't want to buy the Mustang because I'm interested in cars that are coming out next. See where I'm hoping this freaking lets me. Our time wasn't great, but it was decent. Put into a server. I'm gonna bio real quick because this is gonna be a 3-lap race, about half an hour, and I need to bio. We'll be right back, but yeah, that's freaking awesome. Also, I owe the puppet last time. Oh no, we're here for that, but uh-oh. Go. Get down. Interesting. You got your treat. You got your treat. Oh, I got you. I was just giving the pup a treat since you gave me a donut last time. She didn't get her treat, so I wanted to make sure she got her treat for your dono. So. But we're gonna bio real quick. Right back. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. Yeah, she's our stream mascot. The emoticons you have access to with the subscription are of her. So one of my really good friends, pup, passed away. So I've been feeling a little extra, maybe nostalgic or sad or something. I don't know. It's good because that dog loved me. That dog loved me more than that dog loved my friend. I'm putting it that way. So a little interesting. Dude, this wheel feels. I don't understand. It doesn't feel right. Just so light, like almost like, you know what it is? It's almost like if you're not getting full force out of it. I think that would. It's set to 100%, so it's not that. Okay. Interpolation, that's good. Happening. We don't want natural friction. save that. A little better. Still not great, but it feels a little. All right. All right. Let's get some laps in because we gotta get some laps in. The steering just feels so freaking light, like unusually light. Oh, it definitely helps with the engagement. I appreciate it. We will be building airplane this weekend, considering that I'm not having surgery, so we have at least 2 build streams I think now, so that's a positive. If my friend is back in town, we'll probably be doing Dune Awakening next week, but
how's it going?
hello.
Hello.
It definitely feels very very light. I don't know if they changed something, if Moza changed something with their interface. It just, things feel slightly off. That was almost bad, but we saved it. I wonder what my brake bias is set to. I mean, it's light under a lot of conditions, not just under braking, so I don't think it's that, but I'm just wondering, because the car feels a little lively. I wonder if it's brake bias. What is this music?
We got damage on the front end.
We don't have any wheel damage though. Yeah, definitely keep the watch streak. I really appreciate that.
Reduced aero might slow you down on the straight.
It's a little hard with doing variety gaming sometimes. I used to have a pretty consistent core. It also depends what games I'm playing, like I get better engagement. But also my schedule this year has been very all over the place. So I'm not, you know, I understand my watch, my view is all over the place. I do have a couple consistent lurkers, so that's kind of nice. Although I don't feel like with the updates, the algorithms, they don't get counted as much. So it is what it is. One of my streamer friends, she does a thing where she has people type ones in chat to like keep engagement up, and it she sees like spikes in viewer counts when she does that. So the lurkers are definitely, like, the lurker algorithm has definitely changed. Yeah, we're not catching the snap oversteers quite as effectively as we normally do. I'm getting deep into the oversteer before I'm catching it a lot of times, which is very different from how I usually catch it, so. See, like that should be flat out and I have to do a slight lift there. Yeah, I don't know what's up. Yeah, like I said, we're not doing anything tomorrow because insurance basically screwed me over. They did a last minute denial, so that's gonna get rescheduled. I still have a big procedure in April that's already pre-approved, and hopefully I don't have any issues with that. And then I don't know when this procedure is gonna get rescheduled. It probably will be sometime early in the year, but I don't know for sure yet. Yeah, the car just feels like it has no bite.
Slow down. You got a penalty? We're cutting the cord. Car on your left. Clear.
Okay, we'll grab him now on the exit here. You can stay in the draft. We should reel him in by the end of the straight. The one that was supposed to happen this tomorrow is a minor outpatient procedure. The one I'm having in April is a little more it's a major surgery. I'm probably going to be out of work 2 to 3 months. So we'll see what happens, but after that I should hopefully be in a good place. We'll see, assuming there's no complications, but it's pretty major, so alright, let's hunt him down. We missed our breaking point there, that was not good. When I get out to this sign here, light lift, maybe a little brake drag to get it to stick because it didn't want to stick. Lift off, down another gear. Grab a little curve here. Not that much though. Don't want an off track like that. Down to second, a little more curve, set us up for the exit. Full power exit here. Yeah, we had 2 off tracks there, which wasn't great, but we'll survive. Yeah, she just did not want to turn. We're trying to push now, and it's just not, she's not being friendly, so. We are trying to get safety rating on this, so we're probably not going to push too hard in the race. We're going to let people make mistakes and kind of just do our thing. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We caught some curve there. Whoa, that hasn't, wow. That hasn't happened in a while. We caught a little bit of curve there on the exit of that. And just with the curve, we got it just upset the car. Normally you can take that curve in a GT3, but I think this car has so little downforce that it just does not like it. It could be, you know what it could be too though? It could be that there's a debris there. Since there's debris there, I think the debris actually is starting to affect traction. Have a great night. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you maybe tomorrow for your request night. But congratulations on that huge personal life news. Really excited for you. That's freaking awesome. I hope you have a great evening, and I look forward to speaking soon. Bye, Casanova. Are my tires cold? Is that what happened? Yeah, my tires are cold. That's what it is. I was like, what is going on here? Yeah, this car is just very loose. Don't know why. Come on, I want to exit. I don't want to reset. Thank you. Out. Let me out. Oh, brake pressure bias is very full. That's interesting. That is very forward, chat. Have endurance pads. I don't think we can adjust anything. Can we adjust? I forget if we can adjust a diff. I don't think we can. I forget if we can adjust a diff on this. Or no, we can't. Diff changes are one of my favorite changes for car balance, because I tend to struggle with auto oversteer. I tend to tweak that out with diff. It's not something you can do. It's not something you can do. Oh, our race is about to start, so let's get back out of here. I don't want to go in here. Let me out. I'm trying to join my race session. That's already open. Oh. Let's freaking go, chat. Let's go. Oh, he knows. I think my pup knows something up. Do a little warm up and
No damage. Car looks clean.
I see there, that felt fine. You know what? I know what this is. I think I know what the problem is. I think I know what the problem is. Let me out. I'm not trying to reset. I'm trying to get out. Come on, let me out of the goddamn car. Jeez. Oh, that's right. Stop doing. Alright, that's great chat.
On to go. Next time by. Line up on the left side. The estimated strength of field is 1,226. Closed. Pit road is closed.
What am I doing
Tight
here?
field today. Look for opportunities.
This can't be right. Guys, can you guys hear me? This is crazy.
Yeah, only you and me that set a quality time, Chief.
Oh, okay. I was like, why am I up here? I'm just here for
5
safety
cars
rating.
to grid.
Sure, it's gonna go great.
Yep.
Well, at least I'm in the front, so like, I'm less likely to get destroyed.
Yeah. Good luck.
Thanks. Oh.
Ready. Going green. Post car is off. Time. Green flag. Pit road's open. The next car's the leader.
go, chat.
You've got 2 laps to go. .856.
We lost a ton of time through there.
Love how I can be behind you for so fucking long on your ass, and the 1 minute you're behind me, you can't even fucking handle it, and you get 1 instant point. You're a fucking idiot. Yeah, Luke, talking to you, big guy. God, you're fucking this shit. How did you even crash that, buddy? You lost your wing, Luke. Beware.
Alright, 1 lap to go, chat. 1 lap to go.
white flag. That means one more lap to go. 17.218.
You go way deeper there, Jolene. You to the top. I'll try and let you through. Yeah, it's all good.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel.
everything. Did he just shit on you, bro?
Sorry, Joe.
Right side, clear on the right. Right side, clear on the right.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
Alright, checkered flag.
Ah!
Great job, you did really well.
Holy shit. Oh, I need to see the replay on that. I'm not gonna lie, I saw you got off track and I ran it deep just to try and avoid you hitting me. Good race. Nice try there at the end. We made it, boys! That's freaking cool. Did we get over an A license? Did we get over? I mean. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness! Ah! Oh! Oh my god. Oh my goodness, chat. That got so scary there. That got so scary. I'm not gonna lie. Woo! Oh, chat. That was freaking scary. Oh my goodness. Oh. Chat, that ending? That ending, chat? Woo! Oh, chat, that ending. That ending, chat. Ooh. We did it, chat. We got a second place. I just want to see where my safety rating's at after that. I just need to get my safety rating above a 1. Oh, that's second place, chat. Ooh. 6 incident points might have been too much. Oh. I saw you saw the radical on the radical. Kidding me. We only got 0.03 safety rating for that? That's insane. We only got 0.3 safety. Wow. Do one more. I can't believe we only got 0.03 safety rating for that. That's insane. So, we got 4 incident points. This has Alright, chat, we're gonna do one more, chat. We're gonna do one more, chat. This feels crazy, Chuck. I don't know what changed. Something wants to send. Arser?
Line up on the right side. Pit road is closed. The estimated SOF is 1,361. A lot of opportunities today. Head down. Pick your battle. Still waiting on 2 cars to grid.
Going up. Have a good time over here.
Waiting on the final
everyone.
car to
Keep it
grid.
clean.
Everyone's gridded.
Yeah, good luck, guys.
The car in front of me says error on its trunk. I don't know. He's gonna be glitching.
Rob, you just came from the race, right?
Catch up.
Yeah, I
7
was there, yeah.
car.
That was a good race. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Catch
it was.
up,
My
9
VR had to
car.
get
Catch
restarted.
up,
It was
11
glitching,
car.
but I'm back to normal now at 120
Catch
FPS.
up 9 car. Catch up 13
My
car.
race has been doing that as well,
Cussing,
man.
cussing.
I had to pretty much reduce everything down to
Catch
minimum.
up 13 car.
Yeah, it was definitely split at the beginning, and then the track right up pretty good.
I think you were over there too. Cause yeah, I just came out over here, huh?
Go green. Stay focused.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
Please let the fastest car through.
Post car is off. Time to do your job. Green flag. Green flag. your left. Clear. You got a slow car on the left. Car stopped ahead. Go right. The car behind has gone off. No expected change in conditions.
Caused a bit of chaos there, June.
What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck was that?
Car stopped ahead. Go
You
left.
can't run through people, June!
You got a slow car on the left. The next car's the
I
leader. Go
swear.
left.
Oh,
The leader's
ridiculous,
pitting
man.
now.
How do you get in accidents with these cars?
Am I?
I'm gonna get reported for that. June, the first place.
Left side. Still there. Clear on the left.
There's no feel in this thing, chat.
You got a slow car on the left.
I saw that, June. You're a naughty, naughty person.
You got about 5 laps of fuel left. Go left.
This is fucking hectic, guys.
Left side. Clear on the left.
Keep at it, allowed me to come out of the pits and catch up.
You've got 2 laps to go. $34.277. Car stopped ahead. You got a slow car on the right. Go right. Car on your left. Clear.
Oh, hell no, it's just something just behind me again.
Hello,
Left
hello,
side.
hello.
Not you. I'm talking about this
Clear
guy.
on the left.
On your right.
You got it, I got damage.
I'm not pull it through. There is wind resistance.
Car right. Still there. Still there, hold your line. Clear. Car right. Stay on the left. Clear. Right side. Keep to the left. Clear.
Just pushing hard.
the left. Stay on the left. Clear on the right. Car on your left. Stay on the right. Clear on the left. White flag. Stay smooth.
Damn, you guys brake a lot.
You've got wheel damage. Looks like one of your wheels is out of
Braking?
alignment. You'll have less grip out there. And that aero damage is probably slowing you a lot. 24.935. You're in the top 10. Right side. Clear.
Horrible speed when there's no cars around you.
Hey Chris, how are you? How's your day going? This track, I actually learned it fairly quickly. I'd say it took me maybe 10 to 15 laps to learn the basics of it, but it took me probably a good 50 laps before I started like stopped confusing corners, which was a problem early on. Right now I'm driving with a little bit of damage. After I stopped confusing corners, now really the only problem I have.
Clear.
Oh no, I didn't want that off track. Damn it. The only problem I have now is we're trying to get safety rating set. Off track was really bad for us. The only problem I have now is that when I'm really tired, I will sometimes confuse corners. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. Like if I'm doing like if I have to do like a triple stint, because I sometimes do the 4-hour NEC races, single shift, and right around that 3.5 hour mark, I start to have issues with focus because it's just like my brain can't take it anymore, and then sometimes I revert to like forgetting where I'm at on the track, and that can be a problem. But I mean, in general, there's a couple really good videos to break the track down into sections. And like an 8-part video. Personally, I think most of the track is just flowy, so really you only have to remember like 5 key things. For this track, the GP track is its own thing. The GP track combined, you kind of have to like remember them together a little bit. But really the first half of this is pretty flowy. It's not too bad. There's 1 or 2 corners that are really an issue. Then you have the 2 big high-speed corners. And then after the 2 big high-speed corners, you get to what I call. There's a fake. There's a fake, like you do the 2 high-speed corners, then you do the fake back straight, which kind of like triggers you a little bit because it looks like the regular second high-speed section, but it's kind of like a fake. But there's a sign that you can use to remember. And then after that, you have
from the pits to podium contention. That's crazy.
After that, you have
yeah, man, that's awesome. There's a lot
the
of
back high speed, which is up the hill, which is not too bad.
Oh yeah, dude. The wrecks definitely. Usually you can get out of there with top 10. That's all I was looking for.
In the back of the pack, and I got 0 incident points, and I'm gaining on Sean. I need 1 more lap for him.
And then once you do the back high speed section, like the uphill, basically what I call the uphill section. Oh, god damn it! This is what happens when I don't pay attention with a broken car.
The car in P2 just set the fastest lap. 3.
The problem I have is this car is broken. Somebody went side by side on me, and I just got a little bit too much curb, and it kind of destroyed my car. Also, I have no steering feel in this car. I would watch the videos once to kind of understand it, and then I would drive the track in a practice session and try and... You're gonna crash a lot, that's okay. Just try and figure out the key points you need to remember. So I can take you through a lap and kind of show you what I remember. There's like I said, there's like 4 or 5 key things, and that will keep you for the most part safe on the track. If you can remember those 4 or 5 sections, that pretty much kind of keeps you safe. Driving the track honestly is the best way to learn it. You can watch videos and it helps, but driving, there's nothing like driving it, because you learn the braking points, you learn like certain like intricacies about it, because you can memorize the track, but there's just like certain things that you just won't know unless you drive it. As soon as I cross the finish line here, we will back out of this.
Check checkered flag.
We just stay.
Okay, we'll get them next time.
We got 5 incident points, and what I'm actually gonna do. Okay, so this is the start, right? You come through here. If you're trying to go fast, you get wide here at this sign. Then cut in here. Don't hit the curb. But you might have to do a slight lift, but usually you don't have to lift. This section here is a 2-part braking. You brake, downshift, let off a little bit, holding the brake still, brake some more, and then down 1 more gear. And then it's kind of just a flowy 2nd or 3rd gear depending on which car you're in. And that'll keep you safe. You just kind of just flow through here, 2nd or 3rd, try not to go too fast. But you can kind of like just, you know, take it a little easier and kind of keep yourself safe here. If you're really trying to go fast, you take this curve here to get a quick exit out of here. And this is the start of the first high-speed section. Right, so that whole front part is kind of flowy, and then you get the first high-speed section. Couple things about this high-speed section that you should be aware of. The first thing is, in most cars, not in this one, but in most cars, you lift into this corner, let the car settle, and then you can basically go flat out for the rest of it. And then there is a trick to this corner to maintain a lot of speed. I probably shouldn't be, okay. Good, we're past the 10-minute time, so we're safe now, so we can, if we crash, it doesn't matter. The trick to this corner here is you want to set yourself up wide, turn in a little bit early. Some cars you have to lift, but usually you can turn in and just hug this inside line. And then right where that asphalt changes colors is where you get hard on the brakes. And then you come over, right? This is another high speed like uphill section that kind of just flows. So you don't have to think about it too much. The only place you have to think about it is the exit. The exit is where you lose a lot of speed. Most cars you have to brake here, go down a gear, turn in, then you can gas a little bit, down 2 gears, get wide, down 1 gear, and then hug the left, hug the left, hug the left, hug the left. Once you hit the end, then turn in. And then this is just another flowy high-speed section. Like I said, this front section you'll learn pretty quickly. It's not too bad. It's hard to go fast in, but it's not hard to stay relatively safe. This little kink right here is a little dangerous at times, depending on the car. You sometimes have to downshift. You sometimes have to be careful. Then this section here kind of does its own thing. When you get to the bottom here, you just hard on the brakes. It's pretty clear. It's a hard right. And then, you know, turn. Most cars you can go flat out from this exit on, all the way up until 4th gear. Through here. After this first curve, you usually have to hit the brake. You have to remember to hit the brake here, so that then you can hit, miss, hit. And then this is the slowest corner of the track. Down to 2nd gear, accelerate a little bit, down to 1st. And then from here you accelerate out. This is where the town is. This is pretty straightforward. You line up here, that patch of grass. You shift down 1 gear. In this car it's 2. Then once you see this exit, you can basically slide out to it. Same thing here. Once you hit the end of that, you turn right. And then this is the fake high-speed section. You go through here thinking you're gonna go flat out for the rest of the track, right? You don't. You actually have a big slowdown at the end of it, which is why I call this a fake high-speed section. And you know you're on the fake high-speed section because you see this warning triangle. And that warning triangle basically tells you to trail brake through this whole corner down into like 3rd or 2nd. Once you see these, the side there on the left, you can basically go flat out, and then you're in the true high-speed section. Okay? That's the only real gotcha there, because you think you're on this section, but you have that slowdown there. That if you think because this whole section now is all just flat out flowy. You don't even have to think about it. You're just flat out flowy until you get to the left-hand kink here, a little bit down. That's the only place where you have to think about it. It's pretty much, again, most of this track, if you remember the start of sections, the rest of it kind of just flows on its own. Right here, you want to get wide to the right. There's this concrete patch. You might have to lift in some cars. You turn left, and you know you want it to stick and not get too wide there. This car has so much aero that it's not a problem, and then usually you can take this section here flat. And most cars, you're hard on the brakes right here at the start of that section, because this is a tight right-hander, right? Once you do the tight right-hander, you get to the first carousel. First carousel is important because first carousel you drop into it, right? Once you leave the first carousel, it's flat out, okay? In just about every car, all you have to do is first carousel, remember, flat out. Then here you brake and slow down a bit, and from here on out, it's what I like to call the third gear section. Some cars it's fourth gear, some cars it's you know, it hovers between second and third in some parts. But this is basically a part where if you just stay roughly in like that third gear for most cars, and just don't overdrive the car, you can pretty much stay safe. There's a lot of time to be gained here once you learn the tricks, like where you can go over the curbing, like that curbing right there that you can go over in most cars. But this section pretty much kind of just flows until you get here. Here you definitely want to go down a gear. And then here typically in the GT3s you'll go down a gear, accelerate out, upshift and then downshift again to exit here. Otherwise you'll push into that dirt if you don't downshift. And then right here, hard brake, down a gear, and then you start the back high speed section. The back high speed section is pretty much flat out for here except for two things. Okay? The first thing you have is you have this jump right here. This is the jump. Hard on the brakes post jump, down a gear, turn in, and then once the car settles, you can get off the brakes and it'll basically stick, and then it's basically flat out again for the whole rest of this section. Sometimes you have to lift depending on the car. Most cars you can take this whole section flat out. And then you have this little this area here that you kind of want to trail brake. It's kind of like a high-speed trail brake. Stay on the right. Be a little careful with this corner here because this gets a little tight in a lot of cars. Then you get to the second carousel, and the second carousel basically tells you, oh, I'm going to have a moment to breathe. Second carousel is a little bit easier. You have to be careful when you pop out because it's a little unstable. This corner right here is the key to the rest of this corner. How much speed can you carry through this without overshooting so that you can stay tight here and get pushed all the way to the exit? Get pushed all the way to the exit, and then you have the back straight. And that's it. That's a lap around the Nürburgring. Right? So again, a lot of the track kind of just flows, right? You know, the key points, I use the carousels as key reminders. I use that sign with the diamond sign to remember, hey, this is fake high speed before the back half high speed, right? And then the third gear section makes it super easy. You won't be super fast, but you'll be safe if you just remember, hey, this is the third gear section, and I kind of just flow through this. And then as you learn the track and get better at learning the track, you'll be able to maximize and, you know, kind of play with the gears, kind of play with exits and pick up speeds. And that's where you start watching the videos. Once you identify the ways to remember what sections of the tracks you're on, that's when you start watching the videos, because the videos will then tell you, hey, this is where you can brake. This is where I do a partial brake, right? This is where, right, when we talked about that sign on that we go to here on this front corner,
Okay,
right?
the race is over.
Those are the things you learn in the video if you remember just the key parts of the track, right? Like this section here, right? This section, one of the key things you remember is you can stay tight to the right until you see that sign, and then you get wide to that sign, and then you turn in from that sign, and most cars will stick flat out, right? The video will then tell you, okay, over here, brake hard, release a little bit, let it breathe, then brake hard again to get slow enough, and then go, right? Those are the kind of things you learn on the video, right? The other thing the video will teach you is like over here, hey, I can take this curb, not too much, but you can take that curb to get a good exit here. That one, not so much. This one is critical. You need to take this curb if you want to have a fast time. because this leads to this big long straight. So that exit speed is critical, right? But those are things where the video is good just to give you an idea, but you really want to drive the track and split it into those big sections. And honestly, split it in a way where it's flowy, right? If you forget that you need to lift here, that's okay. You know this is a high-speed section. You know this whole section is pretty high speed, and you make that mistake 2 or 3 times, and you're going to remember, hey, I want to give a lift here to be safe, and the rest of this just flows, right? Same thing with this corner over here, right? A lot of people will brake here to stay safe, but if you start wide and then turn in early, even if you go on the grass a little bit, it'll just stick on most cars, right? So, and again, it's those kind of things where the videos will really help, is learning where you pick up speed once you're safe on the track. The big key, honestly, in the Nürburgring is stay safe. People make mistakes all the time, so just stay safe. But if you drive it with the intention of, okay, this section is flowy, I made a mistake here because here the track went from being flowy to not being flowy. 1000%. This track is all about prioritizing exit speed, carrying momentum and prioritizing exit speed. That's how you're fast on this track. Because there's so much flow to it, prioritizing that exit speed is key. A lot of people tend to overdrive this, and that really is the big problem, right? Like here, this kink is a good reminder for me. Okay, I hit the kink, I'm gonna slow down hard here. Now here it's gonna be kind of a slower speed little section, right? Like I can speed up, but I'm thinking slower speed because I have this corner up here. Same thing, I'm still thinking slower speed because I gotta stay controlled here so I get a good exit and don't go too fast. And then when you're trying to drive safe, you may take all of this in third gear just to stay safe, right? Once you get faster, you know, oh, I need to speed up there, I need to do a slight brake here, right? But you can be conservative when you don't know the track that well, because so many people will crash out that you'll get easily a top 10 by just being safe. Knowing that this is the slowest corner and that you have to slow down for it is key, right? Knowing that after the town, right, because this is the town, right? Knowing that after the town you're gonna have the fake high-speed corner is good to know, but it's not that critical. I didn't memorize that after the town it's a fake high-speed corner. Yeah, I have. I memorized that, hey, okay, after this right-hander I start going fast, and then I made myself remember because I thought this was just the high-speed back corner, right? And I would always get confused and I think I was starting to do the high speed. And that's why I remember this triangular sign, because that triangular sign reminds me, oh no, this isn't the full high-speed corner yet. We got to do the trail braking into here. And now we're into high-speed section. At night, it's a lot harder. At night, you really need to know the track and be able to visualize the track. All the same cues are still there. There's enough light. But, you know, it's just a little more... If you forget where you're at, it's harder to remember because you can't see as much of the track to remind yourself. And because the track flows so much and it's so similar, it's a lot harder to drive at night, and to drive it in the rain too is another one that's pretty hard because of limited visibility and how slick this track gets. You know, and then the end of the uphill high speed, which is what this is, you just got to remember this little kink here where you want to get wide and then turn in and then hope she sticks. This car almost always sticks. It's got so much downforce. But most other cars you have to lift there or get the turn in just right so you don't have to lift and it'll stick. And then just remember here, right at the graffiti, that yellow graffiti, hard braking, right? Because you have the hard right-hander. A trick to this carousel, something that most people, not everyone knows, but most people who drive it a lot know, aim right for that AMG sign. You aim right for that AMG sign. At that kink, harden the brakes down 2 gears. And that AMG sign, if you aim right for the right edge of it, it'll drop you right into the carousel. And then I remember after the first carousel, I'm gonna go high speed. This is flat out, right? After the first carousel, it's flat out, and then up here it's down a gear, right? Starting the 3rd gear section, because the down a gear will put you into 3rd gear, and then basically this is all roughly the 3rd gear section. There are some places where you have to brake, but you can kind of naturally feel, oh yeah, this feels like that this entry is going to be too fast, I want to brake into it, right? If you stay in third gear, you'll lift a little bit early here, and that'll keep your speed safe through here. If once you learn the track, you know, you'll learn that you can pick up a gear and then you have to downshift, right? But if I drive this whole section through third gear, it's fairly safe until I get to here. This is where I have to go second gear. Not in this car, but in most cars you have to go second gear, and you go up a gear and then you go back to second gear for this right-hander, because otherwise you'll go wide. Same thing with this. At the end of this corner, down a gear. So you just remember this whole section here is down to second and then shift through until you get to the corner, then down to second. And then here it's down one gear, and now you've started the high-speed section. The second, the non-uphill high-speed section. Right? And then for this high-speed section, you know it's divided into two parts, like I said before, right? You have the jump, hard on the brakes, down a gear, and then you're flat out again. And then you know that you have, after you do this big windy section, there's this part of the track just has a unique view, because you're kind of going downhill the whole time, right? You're going downhill the whole time, you're going downhill the whole time. Now, it's starting to look like I'm starting to go uphill. That's where you start to brake. Stay to the right. This is going to be tight. And then again, now you see the entrance to the second carousel. And second carousel, you know, be careful on the exit because it will try and get loose. So you want to, as you pop out, you kind of want to turn your steering wheel and straighten it out so you land with your wheels right. Straight. And then, you know, maximize exit here. And then you can kind of relax here. If you're trying to be competitive, you're trying to break the toe for people behind you here. If you're trying to pass somebody, you want to be patient and just stay close to them to here, and then use the draft to pass them. And depending on the car, like these cars, you don't want to pass too early or you can get repassed. But in other cars, you can pass here, and by the time you catch up with the draft, you're gonna be, I'm running out of gas, you'll be at the Bilston sign. But again, you know, it's breaking the course into sections like that, right? So it's like basically 5 or 6 sections that you remember, and then you can stay safe. And if you're safe, that's all that really matters. As long as you're safe on the track, you're gonna be good. And then when people are getting like kind of feisty with you, honestly, sometimes it's worth it just to let them pass you. It's not worth the risk, because people who don't understand where to pass you and where to be patient will kind of throw the car in a lot of places, and then they'll end up just destroying themselves. So, but honestly, I love this track. One of my favorite tracks. I have a love. I don't like the GP track by itself. I feel most cars aren't fast enough for the GP track. I haven't raced the Formula 1 cars on it. The GP track feels very boring to me. The NEC setup with the shorter GP track and the full Nordschleife, I really like. Because that little chicane is really nice, and there's a couple corners where you can really maximize speed and gain almost like 30 or to 40 seconds if you do it right, compared to people who don't understand that corner. But the full GP track, I'm not. If you want the full Nordschleife for NEC, which runs 7 times a year, that you need to buy both parts of the Nordschleife. So be aware of that. It's a little expensive, but it's very narrow. It's very narrow, but there's a lot of places. I mean, obviously that back straight is a big place to pass. The high-speed section leading to that back straight, a lot of people like to pass there, and it's not really safe to pass there because the car is so floaty. In most cars, there's not really a good place to pass there. You know, it tends to be the best thing to do is honestly be patient and let someone make a mistake, because people will make all over the place. And once they make a mistake, that's where you put your car in to pass. But honestly, worry about staying safe. I don't know what your iRating is, but staying safe is a huge part of a little iRating we got from that. Like, I used to get so much iRating from the. I'm gonna lose my A license. Like, so. I raced a bunch of prototypes this year with the. They're actually not bad. My car had wheel damage, so that's a problem. So a couple things to watch out with this track. Any kind of wheel damage is going to be brutal. because of all the undulation. If you're driving a GT3, using your wing, or even getting a little kink in your wing, if you get, sometimes you'll hit like the wing and it'll get like a slight little kink where like half of it is bent. That will cause you to spin in one direction and not the other. And you won't realize that your wing is bent until afterwards. And you're like, oh, how the hell did this happen? So that's just something to be aware of. Yeah, I'm gonna lose my A license. What series do I want to do? Oh, I love the IMSA. I'm not gonna be able to run the IMSA. That sucks. I'm not gonna be able to run the IMSA next. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so just be careful with the GT3s with wing damage. Be careful with the GT3s with wing damage. In the GT3s, it's definitely that third gear section I told you is I learned it on a GT3. That's definitely a GT3 third gear section. Lower the GT4s, you can bump up to fourth here and there. But the GT3 is almost entirely third gear, other than like one or two spots where you like go up to fourth for like a moment, back to third, and then that section where I told you where you go down a gear, up a gear, down a gear, up a gear, down a gear, up a gear, and then you start the back high speed. Right? I really like that. Really sucks. But honestly, the biggest problem you're gonna have is that you're gonna get to parts where you're going to think you're in one part of the track and you're actually in another. But if you look, like I said, if you try and set, that's why I think you should drive it, because when you drive it, you'll remember the little signs and you remember the little items. Because a lot of the track guides are great, but a lot of the track guides are not designed for you to learn the track. They're designed for you to learn how to be fast on the track, which is part of learning the track, but it's not learning the track in a way that's going to get you through a lap. There's a really great, actually, you know what? Let me look for it. There's a really great YouTube track guide that I love to show people. It's not mine. I probably should make one, but this one. Learn the Nürburgring in under an hour. This is fantastic. This series is fantastic.
My energy bill dropped from $150 to $50.
I don't think the track map will help you.
At me when I spent $49 on
Honestly, I don't think the track map will help you much, because it's too. The track map is too big.
The Nordschleife in under an hour.
This is at the GP.
I've broken the track down into 5 separate sections, and today we're starting with the first, Section 1. This is a technical and enjoyable part of the track with a mixture of high and low speed corners. In each of the videos in this series, we're going to run through that 3 times, each for a different reason, to really help you learn that section.
Again, I think this is really good for learning how to get fast.
Is learn the corner name
and learning the corner name.
Learning the shapes of the corner. That really helps anchor that particular corner in your mind.
But this guide by Brad Philo is great.
So we start with Hatzenbach. This entire section is referred to as Hatzenbach. We've broken it down into Hatzenbach 1 and then Hatzenbach.
Yeah, when I was driving regularly, I was almost 2K, but
a small stream running alongside the track, and it's one of my favorite sections of the whole circuit due to
I really like this
multiple direction changes one after another. As we go through all of these different videos to
the quality's not great.
Try and remember these little things, like this is the section that's named after the
stream.
stream.
If you're looking looking to run endurance races, and you run GT3s, you should join my Discord. I have 2 or 3 people running. There's not a lot of people on my Discord, but there's a handful, and there's like 2 or 3 people who run endurance races. And we're actually looking for someone for the Daytona 24. for a fourth driver. So if you're interested, we typically do it in the Cadillac GTP, but this year I've been leaning that I want to do it GTP to stay a little bit safer. We'll see. I don't know. We've got Krakenator, who's one of my regular viewers. We have somebody from Will I Am who do a lot of endurance events. And obviously I run endurance. We used to run all the endurance events, but I had a lot of like medical stuff come up last year, so it kind of pace, and I had stuff coming here, but it's kind of why my stream schedule has been all over the place. But yeah, we do. So you know what my stream schedule is like. Wednesday. Oh, okay, then you're good. Yeah, no, definitely. Wednesdays is sim racing. Thursdays we do viewer request night. Currently we've been playing Awakening, but we kind of just play random games with people. Saturdays I build an airplane, and Sundays is what I like to call side quest Sundays, where we either do like a Switch game or we do some hot game of that's going on. Like right now we're playing Arc Raiders, and a full airplane. We're building like an actual airplane. It's an airplane made by Sonics called the YX. We're building the B model. I'll show you a picture. I'll show you a picture of what it'll look like when we're done. Similar to that, but not that one. We're building this one. We have a Y-tail. So if you look at my hold on. Look at my icon. That's actually a Y-tail airplane using Y-tail. Yeah, this is what we're building. We're building a Onyx, a YX. Thank you so much for the follow. The pup's not up here. I'll introduce you to her.
Chris_SSBM is now following.
But yeah, this is what we do on Saturdays. So I've got like 8 different I'm like 5 different cameras in the workshop, and we have we have a big set of plans, and we do certain pieces. So we're like 80% done with the wings. We've finished all the control surfaces. We finished the tail surfaces, the aft fuselage last week. Not last week, the week before. So essentially from there back, we've finished that part. We finished the control surfaces, but we haven't attached them. So all these parts here are complete. These parts here are all complete. They're just not attached. We've finished the wings. They're not painted, but we finished the wings. We're currently working on the prep parts. Yeah, it is cooler than a Cessna. I'm building it. We're working on prepping the parts. We did the front fuselage. We're doing the floor, I think, next. But we're prepping the parts that we need to start building the cabin. And my engine is on order. And then show you, if you go to my panels, there's a builder's log link, but if we go to the EA builder's log, I'll show you some pictures. So this is my builder's log. You can see how many total hours I have on it, 637. That includes workshop hours. We're about like 500 hours into the build, really. We have about 100 hours setting up the workshop. So here's some sample pictures of some of the things we were working on last week. Where we were prepping parts, bending parts, and then we also built this device, being to bend a giant part. Just some tools we bought. Parts of the finishing up. This is finishing up the attachment where we attach to the app control pod. We were doing. Here's that tail section out. Mostly complete. The engine. Are you talking about the engine? Oh, I am sorry. Is this better? The engine, I'm doing a Corvair conversion. So it's a 1960s air-cooled car engine. That's the engine we're going with. I'm not going with one of the standard power plants. I'm going with a different power plant. So they have, for the kit, they offer a couple different engine options. So here's what they offer. They offer a VW conversion, right? Also with the turbo kit. You can do a Jabiru, which is supported but not sold by them. That's an Australian engine. You can do a UL power engine, which is fully supported by them. They're clearly very expensive. 40K for the 100. Or you can do a Rotax, and Rotaxes cost almost as much as the ULs. But what I am doing, and then they have a microjet, so obviously you can buy a jet engine. I'm using an engine from this company called Azalea Aviation. They're okay. They're not the most. Oh, that's different. Maybe I went to a bad link. There we go. There's two people who do Corvair engine conversions. There's William Wine, who's really well known, and then that's what it looks like. So it's a Corvair engine that's been converted. So they add this whole prop hub here is added in to give more thrust protection. His design is a little bit different. Still gets the same 130 horsepower, but you don't need to machine the case. Super important. Right, and that's basically a thrust bearing from a 350 Chevy. So parts are readily available. It's a little bit cheaper. I've got the 120 horsepower. I'm contemplating getting the turbo add-on, but we'll see. And then here is an older version of my plane with that. It's not EFI. It's carbureted dual ignition. So it uses a distributor for one ignition, secondary ignition. It uses an electronic ignition, a gear-driven electronic ignition for the second version, but it's carbureted. But it's just a blow-through. It's a blow-through turbo. But here, let me show you some. There's some other pictures. Yeah, here's some of the parts we were. This is find the torque tube apps. Sorry, I'm gonna scroll until I find what I'm looking for. I want to show you a picture of just. Before we did the flat. I think it was before we. Sorry. Oh, sorry about that. I've got some background noise, so I have it tuned down a little bit lower. I'll talk a little bit louder. Sorry, my bad. Let's see. Looking. Yeah, I tried before this one. Okay. Right before. Oh, I can't find a picture. But anyways, it's basically the tail basically reaches all the way to the top of my garage. This is most likely the panel. We're gonna go with a panel similar to this. This is what the instrument panel is going to look like, likely. I might change some slight layout. I might use different switches, but this is what we're planning to put in as a G3X system with a primary 10-inch, a backup 7-inch, a G5 as a secondary backup because I am going to equip it for IFR, a 650 navigator, and a 15 secondary. I actually had a different panel design before. Show you that. We'll show you the previous instrument. I've been back and forth on what I'm going to do with the instrument panel design, but most likely I'm going to go with the 650 and it's going to have a dual axis autopilot. And we're just building this in my garage, so this is, like I said, our Saturday. My Saturdays are typically consumed by this unless I'm doing, unless I have some medical thing, the weather is bad or something. Quickly stream. I lose. I have thousands of. I am annoyed that I cannot. It was like the main I had. Literally wasn't my main picture. One of my main home project pictures. Anyways, let me show you the other option for the other option. With this setup, not necessarily. Something similar to this, just without the circuit breakers, and then an autopiloted. So we've got a couple different designs potentially for the pan. This is a cheap. This is a VFR only. This is it's a 2-seater. This is a VFR, a more VFR friendly. We can get rid of this navigator and just put a transponder there and save it. Equip it for VFR only, but I really want to equip it for IFR because I'm based in Southern California, and we got a marine layer here, so I don't. This is not a plane you want to fly in the weather in, like, you know, thunderstorms or anything else. But we got basically a really misty, like very stable, like cloud layer here from the cold ocean waters and that humidity coming hot, kind of change in temperature, kind of causes the cloud formation to settle, and so it's constant in the morning. So you want to have your IFR rating out, and I want to have an IFR equipped after that. This is not an airplane I would ever fly in bad weather. IFR, and the main reason for it is it's acrobatic, so it's neutrally stable. So most aircraft are positively stable, and what that means is that if you let go of the controls, in general, the airplane, if it's set up correctly, yeah, exactly. If it's set up correctly, it will, one, fly straight, and two, it will maintain an altitude, right? So if you don't change the power, the airplane will settle at an airspeed and altitude wherever your power is set to, because if it pitches up, it's going to slow down, which will cause it to pitch down. As it pitches down, it's going to pick up airspeed, and eventually that oscillation will be, because they're positively stable, will reach equilibrium, and the airplane will maintain an altitude and an airspeed. So if you take your hands off the controls in the cloud, as long as you're trimmed properly, the airplane will just keep flying exactly where you go. A neutrally stable airplane is better for acrobatics, but it will go where you point it. So if I'm pointing down, it's not going to straighten itself out. It'll keep just flying straight down in that direction because of the neutral stability. And so this is an airplane that if you were flying it in bad weather, one, it's not perfectly watertight because it's pulled rivets, not solid rivets. But two, because it's neutrally stable, it's very hard to keep it stable with just hand control inputs. And you can induce a lot of pilot oscillations, which is why I'm equipping with a 2-axis autopilot. And the autopilot will be a go no go criteria for flying IFR. If the autopilot is not working, my minimums are going to be IFR, which is why I'm equipping with a 2-axis autopilot. So, it can be flown by hand in IFR. It's just, it's very high pilot workload. So it's not something you typically want to be doing. So for me, it's going to be a definite go no go to be equipped with an autopilot. But I am going to do most of my training probably with the autopilot off. With some autopilot work, but I'm pretty familiar with the GFC 500. I haven't flown this exact panel. I've flown several aircrafts with both a GFC 500, GI 275s, and one or two aircraft have a G3X, and a GFC 500. I've also flown G1000. I've flown a couple different types of airplanes. I've flown Grumman Tigers, PA-40s, Pipers, Cessna 172, a 182, PA-28, a couple different horsepowers, a PA-28 retractable. I've flown an A-36 Beechcraft. I've flown a what's that biplane? Great Lakes. That was a lot of fun. I did an intro to acrobatics in a Great Lakes. Fun. So I've flown a Great Lakes. I don't have my tailwheel cert yet, but I do have my high performance cert. PA 28235. That's what I got my high performance cert in. So yeah, I've have a lot of variety of airplanes flown. Not a ton of hours, but a lot of variety of airplanes. And I really enjoy it. And honestly, I haven't been flying as often as I would like, just because some of the medical I've had over the last year and a half. But we should be done with that at the year, like middle of next year. We should be done for the most part with any more series. I'm too old to go airlines. I would like to get my CFI and teach on the weekends. My long-term goal for the streaming channel, once we build the airplane, is to set up a Starlink terminal on the airplane, with some cameras, and stream flights. I want to stream, hey, we're gonna take a flight today to this city, and we'll stream a flight. And then I want to live stream the flight using Starlink, record video at the same time if possible, cut YouTube videos of the flight to a town. I won't live stream in the town, I'll record in the town, but then record videos in the town, things to do, experiences, places to go, that kind of thing. And then live stream the flight back, but then cut that into a YouTube segment. I could do 2 or 3 videos of over a month, right? And do like a once a month flight, and then I'll do some pleasure flying on my own. But that's what I would like to do long term. Once we're done building the airplane, the original idea when I got back into streaming, because I used to game competitively, but when I stopped gaming competitively because I burnt out, like I stopped streaming the team, kind of a team channel. Once I stopped doing that, I got back into streaming because I started building the airplane. I'm like, hey, I want to build this airplane. It would be fun if I stream it and expose people on Twitch to something different and new, and it's been really interesting. And like, before I had all the surgeries and I was streaming consistently, my Saturday streams were between 15 and 25 regular viewers. It's kind of gotten very spotty because there was a big chunk of time with all the health stuff I just didn't. People do. That's what we do on Saturdays. And I really appreciate that you're here. I would love to introduce you to the stream mascot, Chloe, but she's not around. All of the emoticons on the channel are her. I will show you a list of some of them. Different level subs get different access to different emoticons, but let me just post a couple. I do plan to make some long-term animated ones. I need to update my alerts. I want to integrate things with her. I want to set the tier 3 subs. And you already saw my channel. You already saw my I think right. Get rid of this giant white. Really should switch just chatting at this. You saw my logo. She's right in the center of the logo. Obviously, the airplane. Favorite hat that I used to wear all the time. Gotta lose some weight, but we get a bunch of weight post COVID and post a bunch of working on it. Though we'll get back to it. A couple of little medical things off and on, like my street. But yeah, it's almost my bedtime. I've got to work in the morning. Tomorrow we're probably gonna do. I might start off with Ark until my one of my viewers gets on that I've been playing Dune with regularly. I'm probably gonna do for the rest of the night. Yeah, absolutely. When the new season starts, we may go back to doing endurance thing. I gotta pick my series for. So the other thing we do when we're not doing side quest Sundays is we do NASCAR racing. On we do the full NASCAR season this typically, but with all the surgical stuff, I wasn't able to do the full season this year. It's the first year I didn't do the full season. 2.5 years ago we did the full truck series, then we did the full B car series, and then this year we were doing the full A car series, the NIS, but we weren't able to finish it because again I had some popped up. Got, like I said, 2 more left, maybe 3. 2 of them are fairly minor. One of them is a pretty big one. That's the one I'm about, but it's what it is. Such is life, right? But yeah, here's my camera setup where I have my pedal cam. We have obviously my cam over here, my face cam, got the screen capture. I will show you. I have a different gaming setup. All right. We have a chair, green screen. And then if you catch me on a Saturday, you'll get to see the airplane setup, which is quite interesting because I've got 4 different cameras over there. Either way, have a great night. Thank you for watching. Oh no! Oh. Are they done yet? Tell me the. Oh, I can't. 2 minutes. Script ads. $30. 30 seconds. Rip the ads. Oh no, rip the ads. But ads are done, so we're back. Um, yeah, I was talking about something before ADHD kicked in. Yeah. Oh, we do NASCAR races on Sunday. I said that. Uh, we did full truck. We did full B car season last year. This year we were working on the full A car season, but we weren't able to complete it. And I don't think we'll be able to complete it next of stuff that came up. But if you catch me on a Saturday stream, you'll be able to see the camera setup down there. For the build workshop, we've got like 4 or 5 cameras down there. So I've got a mobile camera so you can see different parts when I'm working on different parts of the plane. We've got a big wide shot camera. We've got a camera that looks down at our plans when we're working on the plans, and then obviously a face cam. So there's a handful of cameras down there. It gets a little noisy sometimes. I have some like audio cutoffs, but they don't always work because we use air tools and stuff. So just be warned. Have your volume down initially when we're over there. If you catch a Saturday stream, yeah, I'm gonna call it a night here. So much for watching. Follow, and we have a great day and take care. Night.